Okay, mamas, we are talking about how to get your husband on board with Ramona Zabriskie. And I have to say, I put a little plug for Ramona. I've done the course and my husband is actually really helpful around the house. So these tips work. Okay, Ramona, give them to us. How do we get our husbands on board?
All right. Number one, you need help and you don't need to apologize for that. We have
Amen, Ramona. We do.
So much on our plate. We have all these plates spinning in the air, and your husband should be your biggest help and your biggest problem solver and all of that. All right. So let's say you really would appreciate his help around the house. Let's just take around the house. So there may be other ways that you need his help. And these tools will actually work in just about every situation, whether it's you need emotional support or problem solving or take out the garbage, please. Either way, it's going to work. Now, this is how we start. We're going to make things very succinct and direct and clear. We call it the language of respect, or talking to the big dog. All right. So you put your need right up front in the conversation. You don't have to go through, well, and then this happened, and that happened, and then this happened, and I felt like this, and here's what I need.
Can I tell you how grateful he was the first time I did this? He was so happy.
Really, I'm sure I could get lots of gold stars from husbands for this. Just go straight to the top. You don't have to explain what happened today, the led up to, you don't have to justify it. All right, here is my need. All right, so we're going to talk very respectfully in this way to him. The next step in that respect is that we're going to ask him, by starting our request by saying one of four things. I would appreciate it if, it would be helpful if, it would mean a lot to me if, that kind of thing. We're going to start with ... Then you add your request or your need to the end of it. And what this does is explain to him how he can be successful as a husband. That's all he wants to do. He wants to succeed as your husband. He wants you to be happy. And so if you ask in that way, you're being very, very respectful. He appreciates it. So once you've stated your request, very clearly would be, I would appreciate it if, it would make me happy if, it would be helpful if, or it would mean a lot to me if. Now we're going to SAC it. SAC. We use that to stand for solicit a commitment. So your request needs to be very, very specific. It would mean a lot to me if we had 10 minutes together tonight after the kids are in bed. All right. And he'll go, well, that's nice. We have to commit him. So we're going to say, will you do that? Or would you do that? We're never going to use the words can or could. Can you marry me? See, it doesn't work. It's not very motivating. So we're going to commit him by saying, will you do that or would you do that? And he's going to say yes or no. Now, he may say no, and I have another whole set of strategies for dealing with that in a respectful way. But most often, he's going to say yes because he appreciates you asking him in this very clear, direct, and respectful manner. All right, so we've asked with aha. It would mean a lot to me if, I appreciate it if, it would make me happy if, it would be helpful if. Then we're going to SAC it, solicit a commitment, will you, would you? And then our final step is we're going to be appreciative when he does follow through. You're going to celebrate what you want more of. So we call it the happy dance at Wife for Life. And that just means saying thank you. And there's a million ways to say thank you. And you can say thank you right on the spot. You can say thank you the next day. You can say thank you a week later. You can say thank you a year later if you want. I was thinking about that time that you did this for me when I asked, and it meant so much to me. Thank you. It's just miraculous what a simple expression of gratitude will do for your marriage and to motivate him to want to listen, tune into your needs, and actually follow through on helping you.
And can I add, this works with kids? I mean, this is seriously a formula that is so magic because they know exactly what you're asking. You're not expecting them to read your minds. You're not beating around the bush hoping they'll pick up the clue. This is giving them exactly what they need, like you said, to be successful. And it does. It's amazing how it works. Also with kids, husbands and
Yeah,
kids. And I would say any relationship. And that's what I love about what you teach is it really works for relationships in general.
absolutely. I hear that all the time. We're teaching others about what we need, and we avoid a lot of frustration and resentment that way.
I love it, Ramona.